Welcome back to Where You Live on Shaw TV. This week, our show is focusing on healthy, active living. Earlier in the show, we spoke to a nutritionist about healthy eating. Now, something I think is just as important is exercise. I'm here with Matt from RedZoneX. And Matt, you're going to show us a few easy moves that anyone can incorporate into their workout.
You got it.
So, what's your favorite move? What are we going to start with?
Well, this is my favorite move.
It's not mine
but it's
either.
one of my moves that I would probably have in a fitness routine. It's going to be the bodyweight squat, for starters.
Okay, and what does that work?
Legs and butt.
Okay.
Primarily.
That's important.
So we can start, what I'm going to do is get you first to start in front of the bench.
Okay.
Okay, so what I want is feet shoulder width apart. And what you're going to do is when you squat down, you're going to push your hips back. So your butt's going to touch the step, and you're going to stand up, but your toes aren't going to come off.
So you don't want me to sit down, you just want me to touch?
Don't want you to sit down just to get depth. Because what a lot of times happens is people, when they squat, they don't hit full range of motion.
So how close do I have to be to this thing? Just
right there is probably good.
Okay.
So touch and then stand up. Another thing that you want to look for is the knees coming in. So what I want you to do is when you come down, you're actively going to push your knees out.
Okay.
Okay, as you come down, push them out. And then as you stand up, push up through the heels and hips come.
So what's the biggest mistake people make? Is that it?
There's a couple.
Oh,
so usually they won't hit depth fully, so they'll be stopping short from the bench. Or another thing is their shins are going to come forward over their toes.
Oh, okay.
So then we're using, all that pressure is going to go right into that knee. If you want to make it harder, we can get you squatting to something lower, right? So same idea. You want feet shoulder width apart. Knees are going to push out. You're going to look straight ahead. Don't look down.
Don't look down.
Don't look down. Hands out. Touch, and then straight up. And if you want to take it one step further, you can do something called a goblet squat. If you have a dumbbell at home, place it in hand.
And like this?
Just like this. So now there's balance that has to happen, right? Because now we have counterweight, so you're gonna come down. Elbows and knees are gonna be fairly close, and then touch, stand up. Good.
Yeah,
so
that makes it harder.
yes. So now you can get a little bit more resistance. If you have medicine ball at home, or if you have dumbbells, something that's gonna give you a little bit of weight.
Okay. Okay, Matt, well, I mastered the squat. What's next?
The next one, we're gonna do a one-arm dumbbell row.
Okay.
Okay.
So what kind of weight should people be doing when it comes to this?
Usually you can start lighter, so use 10 to 12 pounds, whatever you have at home, but someone who's been doing fitness for a little while, you can start heavier. We're gonna start with 20. So a 20-pound dumbbell. So we're gonna do one-arm row, so you're gonna get in a nice long position for that torso, so the knee's gonna start here, and then that hand's gonna go out front. So you're gonna put the dumbbell in your left hand. Your left hand, Jeff. There we go. Okay. So now what we're going to be working is the back, the lats. So you let that arm go down. So what you're going to do is watch that you don't round that shoulder. Yeah, you're going to set your shoulder blade. Now you're going to pull up, and you're going to squeeze my hand between the shoulder blades. Come down nice and slow. Watch that shoulder doesn't round all the way. Keep the back, the torso nice, long. Pull up, squeeze in through the lat. What you want to do here is send that elbow back towards your hip. So that way we're recruiting that lat muscle right there.
How many of these should people be doing per side?
So that depends on how long you've been working out for, but you can usually start 3 to 4 sets, about 8 to 12 reps is usually a good starting point.
Okay, Matt, we've done a squat, we've done a one-arm row. Now I'm assuming we need to do something with our abs.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
We're gonna do a front plank.
Of course we are.
Yes.
Okay.
So to start with the front plank, I'm gonna get you on your elbows on the blue pad, Jen. So onto those elbows. So what we're gonna do, okay, we're gonna make sure before we even start that the shoulders, okay, or sorry, that the elbows are right below the shoulder, right? So that way the body weight's going straight down into the elbow. Again, the torsos are nice and long. That butt is not gonna be hiked up. It's gonna be nice and flat.
That's the biggest mistake I think people make. I see a lot of people doing this.
Yes. So what that does is it's changing the angle of the shoulder, but it's also putting some more pressure in that lower back. So that's what we don't want. So what I want you to do before we start is I want you to be in this nice tall position. You're gonna squeeze your butt as hard as you can right now. See how you start to shake?
Yeah.
So that's gonna engage those core muscles a little bit more. And then you're just gonna hold this, Jan, for about 30 seconds.
Oh, good.
Okay, see how it's a little bit tougher? Perfect. Again, you wanna be breathing in through the nose, out through your mouth, controlling.
Okay, now
just like that.
Say we've done this for a long time and it's easy now. We want to do something harder. What do we do?
Yeah, so you can do a couple things here, but the first one I'm going to show you, so come on out of that. I'm going to move you to the step. So you can use, we have a Reebok step, but you guys could also use like stairs in your house is what you could do if you have enough room. So again, I'm gonna get you elbows here, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your toes up. So all we're doing is making more pressure into the abs and in through that torso. So just like that again, you're gonna squeeze your butt hard, just like that. See, she starts to shake a little bit.
So how do you know if you're doing this wrong? Like,
If
how
you're
do you
doing
know?
it wrong?
Should you feel it in your back? Should you feel it?
Usually when we are doing the plank, you're gonna sag this a little bit more. So usually you'll see that, and then what happens is it's gonna be a lot of pressure in that lower back and a little bit in the abs. What you need to do is if you start to feel that, think butt nice and high, lift it up, Jen, right there. And then again, you have to squeeze so that way everything's staying nice and stable.
And then you start to shake.
And then you start to shake, yeah.
Okay.
Because that means then we're firing those core muscles correctly.
Okay. So how long should people aim at doing that for? Like, what's the?
So the first one, if you can master that front plank, I usually like to do like 3 to 4 sets of 30 seconds. If that's easy, you can go to 60 seconds, right? So once we've done that elbow plank for about 3 sets of 60 seconds, then I would progress someone to the toes up, the feet elevated.
Okay.
And I would do about, again, I'd cut them back down to about 30 seconds of that.
And that's a move you can also do every day. Like, it's a great ab move because you feel it. Like, I started to shake. You can
Absolutely,
feel it
you
everywhere.
could add to like a morning stretching routine, those types of things.
Okay. Well, Matt, thank you so much. We've shown everyone 3 fairly typical easy moves that you can add to a workout quite easily.
Yeah.
Keep watching, everyone. There's more coming up on Where You Live on Shaw TV.